Okay, so we have a 70-watt power supply and there will be two resistances in parallel. We have to choose from these through three resistance given. The ohms value is given and cost of each one is given. What we need to say, the criteria for selection will be the current has to be within that range. It has to be less than this, 5% less or more, 1.2 amps, and that current means the total current supplied by the power supply, and the cost has to be minimum as well. So what we should do, 70 watt power supply, so let's say 35 watts here and 35 watts here. So current is P is equal to I square R. So current by let's say if we use R1, IR1 will be P over R square root. So that's 35 over this one is 80 ohms square root. So that's 0.661 amps. Similarly, IR2 will be, this one is 90 ohms, so 35 divided by 90, which is 0.624 amps. And IR3 is 35 over 100 square root, which is 0.592 amps. So we have the currents here. If we choose, we can see that cost wise this is the most expensive, 0.90 cents, 90 cents, sorry, 0.90 dollars, so 90 cents. This one is 60 cents, this one is 75 cents. So let's say if we choose, if we select the both criteria has to be, of course this is more important because the current has to be like that, and we will see if we can minimize the cost as well. So if we do R1 and R3, the total current is IR1 plus IR3 will be 0.661 plus 0.592, so that's 1.25 amps. So that's the current, and we can see that this is within 5% of 1.2. so 5% of 1.2 will be 0.05, so 1.25 is plus, within plus 5% of 1.2 amps. So this fixes the criteria. We are getting current within that range and we are minimizing the cost. So 60 cents and 75 cents, that would be 135 cents, $1.35, and that's fine. Of course, if we had chosen R2 and R3, we would still get even less current. We would get even less current because this is 0.661, this is 0.624, but we can go as far as this much, up to plus minus 5%. That way we are minimizing the cost, because if we had chosen the second one and the third one, the cost would be more. That would be $1.65. So that way the cost would be more, the current would be less, but we can go up to this much, plus minus 5%. So we have gone just up to plus 5%, and as a in that process we have managed to minimize the cost. So both the criteria are met, and we have minimized the cost as well. One of the criteria was cost, of course.